here I am with Geoff. Now, Geoff's been growing orchids for 35 years and he knows a thing or two. We're just in one of his small orchid houses, but he has many. So we've picked out a few orchids that we thought you might be interested in today. And the first one we're going to look at, Geoff, is this monster.
Bulbophyllum ambrosia.
And I've noticed that you've got it so that it can spin. Well, what's the trick to that?
Well, when I water, I can actually spin that with the hose, thoroughly water it all round, and also flowering time, it'll create, the flowers will come all around the plant instead of on one side.
That's the trick, isn't it?
That main trick is to move it every day, and you'll get your flowering, an even flowering all around the plant.
How long does it take to grow a plant of this size?
Well, that one would be roughly 10 years old. From
10
it's
years.
on a round mound inside, a round mound about 4 inches round inside there, if I can recall.
Yes.
And so it's totally smothered, that one. It's a good one as a specimen plant to grow the ambrosia. It's
So you water it every day in summer?
No, only about 3 times a week.
And what about in winter? How often would it get watered?
Well, that varies, because some of our winter days are as hot as any summer day too.
True.
So I sort of do that usually once a week at least, yeah.
Yeah. And Geoff said he mentioned that he waters it thoroughly. What to those of us that aren't sure what thoroughly means?
Well, till it's running out everywhere, till it's thoroughly saturated.
Yeah.
Plus, I fertilise at the same time I water, so I fertilise weekly. So it's down to half strength, and I do it every week. So
there's Geoff's tip. Weekly. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Does that mean half strength fertiliser?
Fertiliser.
Yeah.
And
how do you keep the leaves from getting brown spots on them?
That's just, if you keep them growing well, I don't think you'll get that. It's mainly if they're neglected more, you'll cop that sort of thing. But if they're growing well and treated well, I think they'll do the right thing by you, yeah.
I did notice that Geoff's got it hanging about 1.5 metres from the ground, and it's growing under 50 to 70% shade cloth. But the other thing is, he doesn't have it crowded. It's got plenty of room to spin around. So I'm assuming from that it gets lots of good airflow.
Gets good air movement and good light all around it too, when they're not overcrowded.
When the roots, so this is growing, right? This is the end of it. And all the roots there are just floating in the air.
Yeah, most orchids want to be like that anyway.
Yes.
We put them in a pot so we can take them to a show.
Right.
Otherwise they're growing on a tree, and you can't take a tree to a show.
No.
Yeah.
And this is a great example of one that's probably how it would look in nature, growing on a tree branch.
That's how it would look, yeah.
In the rainforest, yeah. When we spin it around, you can see that there's no gaps in it. It's really equally distributed amongst what is tucked in there, the mount.
I don't know whether you could even...
you can't even...
It'll be roughly 100 mil mount, and would be probably 18 inches long, which is 600 mil long. I should go in the metric now, I suppose.
Yeah. So
I'm back in the old school now.
If you've got the patience to wait 10 years to get something as incredible as that, that's what you can achieve. And Geoff, you were telling me that this orchid has continually won awards for you at orchid
it's won
shows.
an award, a cultural award, and since then it's improved a lot since that award was given. So, so it's just got bigger and bigger and more flowers, of course.
Yes.
And it went down to the big show at they had at Logan a couple of years ago too, and unfortunately it got knocked around on its trip down. Someone took it down for me. Right. And it got knocked around and lost a lot of the flowers. So it still won first prize, but
First prize, but it had some casualties.
Yeah, it had a casualty award,
Yeah, that's the risk sometimes when you're transporting.
And they're that hard to transport too.
Yeah,
they're not an easy one to transport.
No. So there you go. It's pretty amazing. It's on a swivel, gets lots of airflow, good water, fertilise weekly.
Weekly, I think.
That's the tip.
All my orchids get the same treatment as that. Yeah.
So weekly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to grow something as amazing as that? Well, you've heard it from our master.
Oh.
That's how easy it is. Well done, Geoff.
Right.
Great orchid.